Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Crypto Express, where it's my goal to keep you up to date with what's going on in the crypto market so you can act fast and make life-changing gains. Okay, if that sounds good to you, please like and subscribe and let's get started. So first thing is first, let us start by having me share my screen with you. And as you will see on my screen, what I am showcasing here are all the top AI crypto tokens that are pretty much dominating the space right now. I covered Bittensor in a previous video. I'd encourage you to go watch it. We're also going to cover Render, Fetch AI, and we are going to cover a token that's not on here. All right, that said, let us jump into it. Okay, so all of this is pretty much been set off by NVIDIA, which I also covered in yesterday's video. But if you didn't watch it, basically NVIDIA in traditional markets, it's a chip maker, because AI, which we know is pretty much like taken over the world, as you can see on my screen, they outdid what everyone was expecting them to report in their Q4 report. They superseded that, which of course set off, all the right signals and brought in all the more money into NVIDIA. And there are some other stats on it that are quite bullish, but I really want to stick to today's topic, which is based off of NVIDIA's news. Because NVIDIA is a chip maker, and we know that AI runs off of one thing. You can have the best models, you can have the best algorithm, everything, but AI requires GPU providers, as you can see on the screen. Basically, chip providers, and that's what NVIDIA is. And they have been leading the way in traditional markets, traditional stock. And that is what set off this crypto tidal wave narrative, as you've seen on the previous screen. So that said, the first token we're going to cover, because I already covered Bittensor in a previous video, is Render. And this is Render's chart. This is the 24-hour chart. It is a bit expensive. It's right around $8 at the time of this video. The 7-day chart is also quite bullish. The 1-month chart, it's like a hike up a mountain. 3 months, same. And essentially what Render is it's a platform that allows users to rent out their GPU to others that want to use it to perform different tasks that would be required in AI. So this can be creating 3D models, animating movies, the graphics for it, and it is an Ethereum blockchain based project. Some are suspecting in some of my research that it could go up to $15. So that said, the current price is not that bad considering all. However, you could also wait for a correction, which usually happens after a new all-time high is reached, as we're seeing right now on the screen. So that could also be a good time to buy some. The following tweet really just emphasizes what I've just mentioned, which basically says that it appears that everyone has finally realized that Render, this is the ticker for them, $RNDR, not only has good narrative fit, because right now it's all about AI. That's what you would call a narrative that's driving the market. And so it has a great narrative fit. It's all about AI right now, as we know. But it also looks, excuse my language, like injective before it broke out, which means like before it popped off. And injective is another token, which we won't get into for the sake of this video, but you can go check them out. So it looks like their charts look very similar, and it looks like Render is about to pop off. This next tweet also paints a picture, I hope you can see it fine on my screen, of the top tokens, all with this AI narrative, that look like, based on this chart, which I can zoom in on, look like they are also set to pop off. And these are Tau or Bittensor, which I covered in a previous video, Render, which I just went over, Agix, which we'll get into in a second, and then FET, which I'll just mention briefly at the end of the video, but I do want to keep this nice and brief for you, just to give you the alpha as soon as possible. That said, this is Render's chart. I hope you can see it. Let me scroll up a bit. Okay, so this is a chart indicating where render's at. It's pretty much already reached its initial all-time high, which, you know, just basically indicates that its next level will be much higher, so it's projected to explode. All right, so that's the first token I wanted to share with you. The second one is called BITSCRUNCH. Now, what is Bitscrunch? It's a platform. It's AI powered. It's a decentralized NFT platform that enables developers to build reliable NFT applications quick and easy. And as we saw in like 4 videos ago, I mentioned this whole new Ethereum standard called 404, which basically is a new token standard that combines a traditional token with NFTs as a way of bringing NFTs back into mainstream narrative. And so that said, from that standpoint, I can see it's how this project will do well. It also has huge backers, and it's been around since 2021, which is an excellent indicator because that was pretty much like the bear market. So if a project is building during a bear market, that's just a really good sign that this is not a scam. It's not, you know, like a pump-a-mental type project. This is a project that's serious. So essentially, you know, it's a B2B, it's a B2C, and it's basically fraud protection for NFTs. You can check the liquidity of the project. We can hop over here and check out their website. This is their website, bitscrunch.com, as you can see at the top. You can launch the app, which I won't do for the sake of this video, but that's where you can check every NFT. You know, you can see that's been one of the major problems with NFTs is that you're not able, you know, there hasn't been this this platform where you could check, you know, are they wash trading, you know, how much volume do they really have, you know, all the NFT insights that you would need to know to feel confident in investing in NFTs. So that's Bitscrunch. Next, I'm just briefly going to touch on Worldcoin, but Worldcoin is here to stay. And if you haven't been following news, then I'll just give you the high level on what Worldcoin is. Some would say in the religious circle that, you know, Worldcoin could be like the Antichrist, which I won't get into religion right now, but although I am a minister's daughter and do have 4 years of theology under my belt, but that's not here or there. Anyway, Worldcoin is essentially a token that was created by Sam Altman, the creator and founder of OpenAI. That's the creator of ChatGPT, which is just an incredible tool. It's just AI. Basically, it's like Google on steroids. You can ask it anything, and it knows pretty much everything. It's incredible, and so many companies and projects have integrated it into their companies and projects. And Worldcoin's news, along with NVIDIA, which I just shared at the beginning of this video, is what is driving, they are what are driving this current AI narrative in the crypto space. Because Sam Altman, being pretty much the first mover of AI that, you know, caused this tsunami through the world, just put out a fundraising request for, I believe it was $7 trillion to essentially fund these same chips that I was mentioning NVIDIA makes, which is why their stock is worth, I think it just surpassed Amazon is what I last saw. And he's basically fundraising to create these chips for GPU power to allow him to continue to run his models, because at the speed they're scaling at, they need more hardware basically to run their models on. And that's where crypto really comes in as, you know, the answer, you know, like Superman comes in to, you know, comes to AI's rescue in a way, because there's not enough hardware in the world to allow AI to scale as fast as it needs to and as it already is. And except for crypto with its decentralized ability of running off of other people's computers and compute power, because that's what decentralization means by definition, it has the capability to lend AI the ability to scale faster in its development, because you, instead of relying on one hardware or one compute like power center, you can use all of them of the world. For anyone who's willing to share their compute power can share it and allow AI to scale. So that said, I only bring up Worldcoin because they have been one of the catalysts, one of the reasons that this whole AI narrative in crypto has taken off like wildfire as it has. And essentially, I'm sure you already know what Worldcoin is, but for those of you who don't, Worldcoin is basically taking people's scans of their eyeballs and taking all their biometric data. And through that, although they say they do erase it afterwards, but who knows if that's true. That's why it is at your own risk, even though we are already giving away our data for free with, we scan our faces for, our Apple phones and for, at airports. And so, while some people think it's very sketch and dangerous, the truth is governments and companies like Apple and, different airports and stuff, like they've already been taking our biometrics. So it's not this entirely new concept. At least Worldcoin is very open about it, because they'll be rolling out basically like a global ID and payment method by, via your eye. Mind you, China's already starting to create fake eyeballs that you can use, because they'll give you the token for sharing your eyeball information. All right, so that's enough on Worldcoin. They're what's driving this whole AI narrative, along with NVIDIA, as I mentioned. And they're quite expensive. This is the last 24 hours. They did have a correction just recently. Oh, it was minor. They're back up again. But you can either buy now. It does look like it's possible. It's possibly about to correct, because their current circulating supply is quite small in comparison to what their fully diluted valuation will be. That said, there's a lot more tokens coming to market, and it just takes you adding 1 + 1 to realize that there's going to be a lot of sell pressure, which will make this price go down. So I wouldn't feel like I missed the boat if you haven't bought some yet. Just wait for a correction, or just dollar cost average and DCA and buy a little bit every day. But it's it's going to be one of those what would you call it, large cap in time solid token projects to invest in, because they're Worldcoin. It's Sam Altman. All right, next token I'm going to share with you is called Singularity Net. They are a bit well, I wouldn't say pricey, not after seeing Worldcoin. This is their 24-hour chart. This is their 7-day chart. You can see they've pumped quite a bit the last 7 days, which means a correction's coming. That's what that always means, because they went up quite a bit. So if you notice, okay, you don't have to be a pro trader, but just notice the pattern. Notice how it goes up a lot, then it goes down. Yeah, it goes up and then it goes down, and then it goes up and then it goes down, because you just, like, the market has to test its strength, right? And so we just went up a lot, so there could be another correction coming up, but it's up to you. Considering who they are, what they are, the founder, I'll just give you some information on them. Their founder, we can go check out their website too, is actually the creator of Sophia the robot. I don't know how to say his name, but he's the original creator of Sophia the robot. And basically what Singularity Net allows for, it makes it possible basically for consumers to access AI technology and take part in its development. And currently they have a marketplace, which you can check out if you come check them out on their website. And they do have a large ecosystem. If you click on their ecosystem, which is always an amazing indicator of how they'll do in the long run, because without users, like a business, without customers, a company's not going to survive. Well, with new tech, you need a large ecosystem, or see Sophia verse right here. And so this is a good indicator of how they may do in the long term. Next, we will cover KOII. KOII is essentially, I'm just giving you the high level on everything. You can go check them out. I'll leave my resources linked below. Essentially, KOII is a global network of computers that allows anyone to earn passive income by sharing your computer's power, as I mentioned previously in my explanations. So you would come here, you would join the network. They, as you can see down here, it says add your computer. You would go through the steps, download essentially a node, right? And then you just leave it running. I have heard it can make your computer heat up a little bit, but that's not like fact, but I imagine so because you're sharing your computer's power. And it allows you to earn passive income. They have not come to market yet, so don't fall into the trap of going to CoinGecko and searching for them, okay? You will see some scam tokens. They have not launched a token yet. So super important to know. And just a quick video on how it works.
If you like making money while you sleep, you're gonna love KOII. Imagine your computer running tasks in the background and earning you money. That's KOII. KOII is a network of people like you who sell the power of their own computer into the network. On the other side, we have companies that need that power and will pay you for it. This is called cloud computing. It's not actually a new technology. It's been around for years. But until now, only giants like Amazon and Google were offering the service. Now with KOII, you can too. With KOII, anyone with a computer can offer computing power and get paid for it. And the best part, it's all done for you through the KOII node. You set it once, in a few simple steps, and you're ready to start collecting your rewards. In the next video, we'll cover how to set it up and how to start in under 5 minutes.
Amazing. So this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't cover Bitcoin because Bitcoin hasn't done very much in the last few days, although it is positioned to pump. There still is a lot of inflow into Bitcoin ETFs. So all is well for now. And yeah, that said, I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me and just encourages me to keep creating this content for you. And I'll see you here tomorrow. All right, ciao.